Hey, Brian.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Hey, how are you?
I'm really good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Everything's been really cool. I love all your Kiss stuff you've been posting and all your cool stuff.
Thanks a
That's
lot.
awesome. Yay. Got
Wow.
my Kiss poster. It's from the garden. Looks kind of
Oh,
small, but it's bigger on the wall.
oh, cool. Where'd you get that from?
Delster Productions.
Uh-huh.
It's the
Oh,
original. It's on the cardboard, kind
right,
of.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
really cool. It's from the Dynasty tour, right? I think
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
70.
yeah, yeah. Dynasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's pretty cool. I love it. You're looking good, man. You're retired now.
yeah,
Yay.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you enjoying it, or you find like you're like, oh,
Well, I thought I was gonna not enjoy it,
yeah,
but I
yeah,
actually am because it gives me time to do what I want to do.
yeah. That's
So
true.
if I want
Yeah,
to get up early, I get up early. I don't have to say, "Oh man, I got to go to bed early because I got work."
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
none of
yeah.
that stuff.
Same thing with shows too, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you could stay out. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Just stay a little longer, right?
yeah,
Instead of,
yeah.
"Ah, I
Definitely,
can-"
definitely.
Yeah,
So let's get into this and
yeah.
congratulations on your new release, Violetta.
Thank you,
And
thank you.
excellent album. You saw our review, so
Yeah, the review is great. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
no problem, no problem. Let's go back to your early days and stuff like that. Tell me a little bit about this band, Cheater.
Cheater. Oh yeah, from Rochester, New York.
Yeah, tell me a little bit
Yeah.
about that.
Oh, I love playing with that band. It actually had D Mancuso,
Uh-huh.
Donnie. He was with
Right,
Black Sheep, but Lou Graham's band.
right.
He's the other guitar player. And when I joined them, we had the dual guitars going on. And
Uh,
Jeff Costco, Kevin McKee on
wow.
bass. We it was a really great band. I mean, we got to tour up in Canada. And it was like the Western New York.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
really
Wow. Wow.
big. Rochester, Buffalo, Canada, and
Cool.
I was really excited to play in that band.
Definitely. And then about 14 years ago, I think maybe 10 years ago too, you went to Japan. Tell me a little bit about that.
Japan, yeah. The cool thing about that is I hired musicians over there,
Uh-huh.
and I found a drummer, Satoshi. It was cool setup because he had a rehearsal space right in Tokyo.
Right.
So and he
Wow.
had one of those little minivans you could fit into a closet.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
So it was kind
Wow.
of like a funny movie. We put all the Marshalls in there. The Marshall cabinets didn't even fit in there.
Wow. Wow. Wow.
And yeah, we got to tour, and we took the bullet train and went up to Osaka Music Festival. And it was the cool thing about that I always remember is their set lists for exact times for every
Uh-huh.
band.
Wow.
Like
That,
20, 140 to exact. It had to be exact. And you had to
right.
write out your set, how long the songs were, and
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. How long did you stay?
how long did I stay? Well, it's a long story, but I actually stayed there for a while. I did like
Right.
5 tours there.
Right. Wow.
I had a place in Shibuya,
Uh-huh.
where
Wow.
Tokyo Station is. I
Right.
stayed there a lot. I go
Cool.
back and forth.
Wow. Wow. Now, I'm looking over your catalog. You put out a lot of material, since you
Hmm.
first started. The first one I think I have is Socially Awkward.
Oh
And
yeah, that was my first big break.
right.
Uh, with Mark Berry signed me on that song.
Wow. So how
Uh,
was that received?
oh, that was great. We know the big thing about me is we do the licensing,
Right.
and we licensed that song. One of the licensing was to 5,000 gym chains around the U.S.
Right.
With the video, I know, did you see the video?
Yeah,
It's kind
yeah.
of
I watched it all.
yeah. They play that while the people are working out.
Right. Wow.
And so we sold that Touch Tunes, the one you see the jukebox in bars.
Right.
That was in our Peloton,
Uh-huh. Cool.
Guitar Hero. Yeah, it just like that song just kept, the gift that keeps on giving,
Right.
as they say.
Yeah. Yeah. That's definitely.
Oh, it's great. I mean, that song really launched me, and I was able to do what I want.
Right. 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 Um, do you get royalties for all that stuff from, like you said,
Oh
Peloton,
yeah.
all
Oh,
that,
definitely. Yeah. Oh, definitely. Yeah. It
So
really helps out a lot.
cool, cool. Then we went to Pretty Things that came out in 2016.
Yeah, Pretty Things. Yeah, that was the first one.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, like what happened was Universal signed me to Universal.
Right.
actually, with just a song, Socially Awkward.
Okay.
And then I was like, I booked a whole UK tour, had
Right.
10 shows, and Japan, UK. You know, that's how you do it. You do Japan, UK, then the US.
Right.
And they just called me. He's like, mate, you can't come over here with just a single. You need a whole album. And this is like, you know, in the fall,
Right.
the beginning of the year. I'm like, oh no. So I called Mark, and then Sony took the whole record.
Wow.
That's how I got on Sony. So Sony was able to do the whole Pretty Things CD.
Cool.
You know, did my first tour over there. It was awesome. We toured with Chris Holmes
Wow.
from
Wow.
what
Yeah. He's a
you know
wild
what's
man.
great about him though? The funniest story, the first show we did with him, it was backstage, like kind of
Right.
like an outdoor party, everyone's drinking, you know. And I was the only other US guy there, Chris,
Right.
right? And all of a sudden he goes, "Where's the effing guy from New York?"
Right.
I'm like, oh no, because I heard all these stories about him, like, you know, get him over here. I'm like, oh no, what did I
Wow.
do? He walked over, he gave me a big hug. He goes, I hate this. You know how he is, you know. I
Yeah.
don't want to say what he
Yeah.
said, but
Right.
oh yeah, he hugged me. And then the guitar player that I was playing with, Adrian Fisher,
Right.
was using the same rig as Chris.
Wow.
So
Cool.
they hit it off really good too, and he let him use all his gear.
Uh-huh.
And we're ready to go on, and Chris is out, the biggest star there.
Right.
He's out at our show hooking up my guitar player's amp. And
Right.
people are like, it's Chris Holmes. He didn't care, you know. He
Yeah.
had that
Yeah. Yeah.
so cool about him. He had that attitude, you know.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that was really cool. Great guy. He treated us really good.
Wow. Wow. Now, the first time we met was at 2018 at Gramercy. You
Oh yeah,
invited me and my writer, Mark Ballow, to the
right.
show. I think it was Tempt and Station and you, right?
Yeah, what a great show, right? What a
Oh,
great
yeah.
night that was. We all had a blast.
Yeah, that was something else. You invited us and we came. So like
Yeah, I'm so
I had a
happy you
great time,
guys came.
you know. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You
tell
got
me about Idolmaker next.
Idolmaker, you know, it's funny, I don't know how to say. One of I was married a long time, right?
Right.
I had an ex, and then she finally came back right as I was recording the album. That's how the song Baby came out. It's like, I covered you in roses. Oh no, I covered you in diamonds, put
Right.
roses on your bed. Now you're back again kind of deal.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what Baby's about, if you want to. And then
Uh,
Kissed by the Light of the Moon was like the biggest single off of that.
wow. Wow. Wow.
I love layering the guitars on that song. We recorded up in Utica, New York,
Right.
my hometown. And Jeff Ratterman was a great engineer. He got this really killer guitar sound for that.
Cool. Cool. Now
Uh,
your new album, Violetta, came out in February.
yes,
Excellent album.
thank you.
I really enjoyed it. It kind of like mellows me out, and like like an album where you could really turn the lights off, sit down, and listen to it, and like every
Mm.
song. You
Oh,
know.
that's great. Yeah, I love that. I love your review. It's hit it right in the nail. You always do. I've always
Cool.
had a good thing with you, right? We always kind of connected for the songs and
Definitely.
Rams and
Yeah.
Kiss. But no, I know that feeling. I try to make every song like a gem, you know?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, like each song's like this little gem. And I get, even women are like, they usually do like the ballad's so beautiful. But they're like, Voices in My Head's my favorite song.
Right. Yeah.
Like the
Yeah. Yeah.
biggest rocker around there, you know? Like, Voices in My Head, really?
Right.
And I
Right.
expected them to say, the ballad,
Cool. Cool. Um, were there any songs that you wrote that weren't on this album?
Yes, actually, there were two songs, yeah.
Uh-huh.
One was called Lola, believe it or not. My name is Lola. Na, 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 na. But it's kind of like when we do it, it's got to fit in like
Right.
a
Yeah.
flow, and the low was a little bit too more, and the song title definitely has been done before. And there was another rocker, but just the flow, we always try to get the flow down. Like you said, just sit down and go, oh yeah, like you're on a journey, right?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I felt, you know.
Yeah.
So, was there any songs that were you had to change the lyrics or the music after you got into the studio?
Um, When the Sky Falls,
Uh-huh.
that was a tough one. We actually booked 3 hours on a Saturday at the Engine Room Audio down in Wall Street.
Right.
The Engine Room's done like The Killers and 50
Uh-huh.
Cent.
Yeah.
They do a lot of Pop Smoke, a lot of rap.
Yeah.
But a lot of the lyrics, was like in Hollywood, or like it had a rhyme, fit, the flow.
Right.
And I was having a super tough. I spent like 3 hours singing that song.
Wow.
And my friend Paul St. James, he was in Drive, She Said. I don't know. He's
Right.
the bass player with Mark Mangold band.
Mhm.
He flew up from Florida and he produced the vocal on that. And he
Right.
would change little things here and there. But I think that song was the biggest one we worked on a lot, like layering the vocals. It sounds like there's one vocal, but
Right.
we layered the choruses a lot too,
Now you had a lot of guests on the album. Tell me a little bit about each member of the guest list.
That sounds great. One of my best friends growing up, Fred Corey, he's
Uh-huh.
a drummer in
Right.
Cinderella.
Yeah.
We all know Fred.
Yeah.
He's doing soundtracks now out in LA. That's his big thing. And I thought, When the Sky Falls, this is a blockbuster single, and
Right.
and it's funny, he produced Vixen's new single,
Oh.
and he wrote it and produced it. And
Wow.
right when it came out, the day I called him, hey man, So he loved the song. He added pumping strings in the verses.
Uh-huh.
He just made it. I just love sonically the way it sounds.
Right. Right.
And then in 1992, I was signed to RCA Records.
Right.
Had this huge deal with called Beg, Borrow, and Steal was the album,
Uh-huh.
was the band on RCA.
Right.
Jack Daly was actually the bass player.
Cool.
And Jack went on to do Lenny Kravitz, and he's
Right.
playing with the Spin Doctors now.
Yep. Yeah. Wow.
So voices in my head, I kept hearing that big, that.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
like, Jack's got to do it.
Uh-huh.
So I called up Jack, and he was on tour with the Spin Doctors, and he's like,
Uh-huh.
"Yeah, I'll do it in my hotel room. I can do it." And he rocked it, and then Matt Starr played drums he was with Ace
Right.
Frehley, and
Yeah. Yeah.
we
Yeah.
all know Matt. But just
Uh-huh.
that combination, right? It's just like, wow, it
Right.
sounds
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. So what's a typical day for you from when you get up until you go to bed?
Oh, actually, I've been getting up super early, like 5 o'clock in the morning. I've been doing
Uh-huh.
interviews from Europe, and two are coming out in Japan,
Uh-huh.
and the European ones, I try to get my voice good in the morning.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Getting up 5, eating,
Uh-huh.
eating breakfast, and then I do writing sessions,
Right.
record with different people. But mainly in the mornings I'm doing, and then I have more interviews at night.
Right. Cool. Cool.
But during the day, I keep trying to, keep plugging away with songs too, keep plugging the album. And
Right. Yeah. Cool.
we're
When
working
you
on,
were good.
yeah, we're working on, like you said, remember the album? We're trying to get an album out this year, like a vinyl, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So many requests, but it's got to be a good thing, and it's super hard sometimes to get the right price, to make some
Oh
money.
yeah. Yeah.
It's really a lot, but that's one of my goals. I can see some,
Yeah.
right? It's got a good packaging on it too,
Everybody wants vinyl now, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I
It,
know, including me. If I
yeah.
see some, I have my Kiss double live original on the
Right.
shelf over there too. It's the one I had when I was a kid,
Cool. Cool.
still
Cool.
all intact. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm trying to do that for the year. We have 2 more videos we're making too.
Cool. And what
Um,
songs are they for?
It's going to be When the Sky Falls, because that's
Uh-huh.
like the second one. You go down for the ballad, and
Right.
then the third one's going to be Voices in My Head.
Cool.
We're going to go all out and go crazy with drones, and you'll see. We got the cool stuff.
Wow. Wow. Have you started writing material for the next album?
Yeah, I actually have. I mean,
Yeah.
I just one of those guys that keep waking up going, I got another one, I got another one.
Right.
And what I do is I'll go in before the summer, try to put some stuff down. I like recording upstate New York too, near my parents' house.
Right.
Big Blue North Studios,
Uh-huh.
just some great musicians up there. Drummer Kelly Yako, he played, and then Scott Henderson played bass,
Uh-huh.
and Jeff Adderman did all the keyboards.
Right.
I like
Yeah.
to get his name in there. But he owns a studio up there with a Neve console.
Right.
And yeah, I like to go up there in the summer, say my parents, and
Uh-huh.
put down some new songs just to have them ready for the holidays to get it to bonus.
Cool. What was the first musician that you kind of idolized, you were a big fan of?
You know, it's funny. Gary Moore was like my favorite guy. I really got turned on to him. The original Rainbow had Craig Gruber. You know, Craig
Right.
Gruber.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Wow.
R.I.P. Greg. Craig. Him and Gary Driscoll. I grew up in upstate New York,
Right.
Ithaca, Cortland area,
Uh-huh.
and they were the big rock stars there. They were
Wow.
playing with Elf, and then they went on the first Rainbow album.
Right. Right.
And Craig went on to play with Gary Moore, and he turned me on to Gary. And it's like he's my favorite. Ace too. You know?
Right. Yeah.
I got
Wow.
I love him. You know, I got his picks, guitar pick. You have all the guitar picks
Yeah.
too,
I enjoy it. I
right?
enjoyed collecting that
I
stuff,
sent you one of the ones from the video, right, on the mic
Yeah.
stand.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
I would say Gary Moore. And
Cool.
you know, and this, I asked this before, like if you could go to lunch with anyone
Right.
possible, I think it would be Jimmy Page.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't know, it's just something Jimmy Page.
Right.
Um,
Yeah. Cool.
I don't know, he's just that legend. The more I get into his like new stuff and his old stuff,
Right.
I really appreciate it. And
You know.
I
And,
don't know. I think that would be him, Jimmy Page or Ace.
oh, cool. I think I'd go with Alice Cooper.
Yeah, oh
You
yeah, that'd
know,
be great.
I
Yeah,
liked him from the beginning and stuff like that. I listened to all
right.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he's
So
awesome, right? I heard he's a super nice guy too,
yeah, yeah.
right?
You
Like
know.
one of those guys. He goes for his band,
Uh-huh. Cool.
right? He's like
Yeah.
anything you guys want to do and supports them.
Definitely. You have anything else coming up that you like to talk about?
Just the new video is going to come out.
Right.
We're gonna film it. We're planning it now. Trying to do that before the summer, get something out. And then in the fall, do voices in my head.
Right. Right.
The main thing I'm trying to do is get some dates playing again.
Right. Definitely.
But right now I'm just doing a lot of press, got a lot of cool stuff coming out, and I get to talk to cool guys like you. I love
Wow.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I'm so happy. Like I get every day, I'm getting like people just hitting me up. Kind of, I love it. I love it. My
Yeah.
old guitar students, I used to teach guitar, and
Right.
I like them this makes me super happy.
Right. Right. Shit. What's your basic meal? Like, what do you eat on a daily basis, or like, your favorite?
Yeah. Actually, pizza is my favorite.
Uh-huh. You
Yeah.
must get a lot of that.
Oh my God. Yeah, especially in New York, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, pizza's always been my favorite. But I try to eat super healthy. Like
Right.
in the morning, it's always oatmeal,
Uh-huh.
bananas, and blueberries
Cool.
every time. Try
Wow.
not to do dairy that much, but I can't help it.
Right, yeah.
Coffee.
Wow, wow.
But that every morning I try to do that.
Yeah. I started eating avocados, which I never did before.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No, do you ever put it on toast at
Yeah,
all
that's
or
what I
not?
did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You
Try putting
know?
some hot sauce. Do you like hot sauce?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, put Tapatio on it.
Okay. I'll try something, but there's just smashing up that stuff and like putting on toast is not too good. You
Yeah,
know?
no, we gotta have the real stuff, right?
Right, yeah, 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 yeah.
But yeah, with the food, I'm a foodie. I like places open in New York, I gotta go. I
Right,
always get to
right.
get some. A lot of Japanese, and I
Uh-huh.
lived in Japan for a while, and I do New York and Japan, and
Right.
but sushi, the whole works.
Cool. Now, when you go out on tour, and say you're on hiatus right now, working on the album and writing and everything else, how much do you miss the stage?
Oh, I miss it. Yeah, I miss it so much. Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I even put out that, TJ's been my guitar player for like 20 years. We were
right.
talking about that at the video shoot. Mike Manza, drummer.
Uh-huh.
I've known him for 20 years. TJ's been with me all through everything, and just do acoustic. We did a couple of acoustic shows. It was really fun.
Right. Cool.
Like a
Cool.
different texture, and his voice blends with mine really well too. So,
If you get to go on tour with a major act, who would that be?
oh, I would love to go with Ace Frehley,
Yeah.
right? I would
Yeah.
love that. That would be like so cool.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think he has Core Resic, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We did a show with him in Blackthorn in Queens.
Uh-huh.
They were a
Wow.
great band. We all hit it off really good. I remember seeing them going, yeah, these guys are really good.
Cool. Cool. How about the first time you ever played a show, like a concert? what was that feeling like? And were you nervous or anything like that?
Yeah, nervous. It was actually like a prom kind of thing, like a high school gym kind of deal, and
Right,
I never really got nervous. I was
right,
like, I always wanted to play, like even in high school, I played clubs. My last year, I played a couple of local clubs, and
right, right.
just ready to go, and it's
Cool.
pretty cool. But I just love playing. You saw me play.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah,
love it, right? It's so
yeah,
much.
yeah.
Especially my
Definitely.
band's really killer too.
Right. Wow, wow. When you go to pick up a new guitar and stuff, what do you look for?
Well, I've always had my Les Pauls, but actually, I'm in the market for a Gibson acoustic.
Uh-huh. Well,
Anybody out there, hit me
uh,
like a black one.
uh-huh. Well,
That's what I'm in the market for right now. Um, if but always been Gibson. I love Gibsons, my Les
right,
Pauls. I have a '76 Les Paul too that you didn't see.
right,
It's so old now. It's getting a little, beat up, but which is a fine, but
right.
I try to keep that in. I use it on the recordings, so the ones upstate New York.
Cool, cool. So what's the future plans for the rest of the year? I know you said you got 2 videos. You're gonna have some shows coming up and anything else?
Yeah, videos, shows, and I'm definitely trying to do vinyl, like a
Uh-huh.
special thing by the end of the year. Just get, oh, the t-shirts too.
Right, cool.
T-shirts. I just saw a little thing where it's a little mini record.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Did you see that thing? And you can get your whole thing on there. It's on a
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
keychain.
saw that, you
Yeah.
know?
So I talked to them actually today and see if
Uh-huh.
I can get a good deal on that.
Cool, cool, cool.
It's something fun,
Yeah,
something
yeah, yeah,
cool that
yeah,
people
definitely,
don't have.
definitely. Well, Bob, it was great talking to you and stuff like that. The album, make
Ah,
sure everybody come and pick it up. It's
great.
phenomenal.
Thank,
It's great. Check our review. You'll see that I loved it.
thank you, Brian. I
I wish you the
appreciate
best. And would you like to say anything to the fans in conclusion?
well, thank you, Brian, for having
Yep.
me,
No problem.
always. And the fans, you've been amazing. You really, really, you made my year. I worked super hard on this last year. And people were hitting me up, right? Like, where are you doing? Where are you? Where are you? I'm working on the album. But thank you to the fans, and thank you to you, Brian.
Cool, cool.
All the
Thanks a
support.
lot, man. I appreciate it.
Okay.
See you
All
later.
right. All right. Have
Bye-bye.
a good night. Peace.